Meanwhile, China's clothing exports are putting pressure on Peru's domestic textile business. Business leaders in the capital of Lima have lodged a complaint with the country's Consumers' Rights Office. CTC TV's Dan Collins takes a closer look.
Welcome to Gamara, the center of Peru's textile trade. In these few blocks, you can see the most frenetic commercial activity in Lima. But step inside one of the dozens of malls, and you may see and hear a different story.
We've been forced to drop the prices of these leggings by around half because of the Chinese imports. It's really affecting us.
Vendors selling Peruvian-made clothes say it's getting harder to compete. They blame a free trade agreement between Peru and China that went into effect 3 years ago for their loss of customers. Shop owner Mario Ramos says sales have dropped by a third, and he's had to reduce his staff.
We're just not making enough to pay the rent for the shop. Sales are really low.
The business association here said since July, sales have dropped 50% compared with the year before. Here in the heart of Lima's textile district, some vendors are shutting up shop for good. Why? Because they can't compete with the low prices of imported Chinese clothes. Vendors here say for generations, Gamara's apparel business was one of the most successful industries in the country. That is, until cheap Chinese clothing imports flooded the market.
Lots of workshops, not just here, have abandoned sewing machines. We've had to let go of people because there's so much importation of cheaper clothes.
In response to complaints, Peru's Consumer Protection Agency is investigating whether Chinese textiles are being imported at subsidized or below-cost prices. But Chinese officials in Peru say there's no evidence that their products break World Trade Organization agreements. In a statement, the Chinese embassy in Peru said, quote, "The concerns expressed in Gamara on the sale of Chinese garments in the Peruvian market should not be attributed to formal imports originating in China." Even so, Gamara's businesses say vague customs regulations in Peru and China's lack of transparency are costing tens of thousands of jobs.
We are not against importation or international trade. We are against the crime of undervaluing, and we hope that the government will take firm measures to end the crime.
The Peru-China Free Trade Agreement classes Peru's textile industry as sensitive. Despite this, Peruvian clothing vendors say products from India and China comprise 50% of the domestic market.
The only way that the Peruvian textile industry can survive is quality jeans, quality t-shirts, quality shirts. That's our niche in the market is quality, not quantity.
Now, Gamara's vendors have taken the matter into their own hands by launching a campaign encouraging people to buy Peruvian. But for many, it's too late to save their businesses. Dan Collins, CCTV, Lima.